Peter puts down his pen and slowly stands up. He makes his way mournfully up the staircase and knocks quietly on the door which only yesterday was his bedroom door. "Who is it?" Jenny replies. "Peter." "Come in," she says, so he sheepishly pushes down the handle and opens the door. "Oh, I thought it was Peter. My brother." "You don't look like my brother. You look like my sister." He gulps before muttering another apology. "I came to say I'm sorry for stealing your things." She looks him up and down. "Oh, I'm sure you are Peter. But don't you think Peter is a funny name for a girl?" He shrugs, not knowing what to say or do. "I guess on the upside I got your bedroom out of it. So thanks for that," she says, looking proudly around her new big bedroom. "And if you're really sorry, you'll help me decorate it this weekend." "Okay," he replies, looking around his former room and mourning the loss of all his things. "I hope Mum lets me decorate my room too." "Well, don't you think your new room is perfect for a sissy like you? I mean, you did want to dress like a girl, didn't you?" "No. I was just seeing what it was like." "Well, now you know. And as far as I can tell, you'll be dressing like a girl for the foreseeable future." Peter hung his head in shame. "Did Mum tell you how long I have to dress like this?" Jenny shook her head. "No. But seeing as I decide what you wear every day and every night," she smiled, "you'll be wearing the worst I've got. And I'm going to enjoy every minute of it." "I'm sorry, Jenny. I really am. You see, Peter, I don't mind if you want to wear girls' clothes or even want to be a girl. But you could have asked instead of stealing," she said. "I wouldn't have told anybody. Not even Mum," she added. "But I didn't want to be a girl. I just wanted to see what it felt like wearing dresses and things." Peter said, "But yes, I should have asked. I was scared you'd tease me or tell Mum if did." "Well, I understand that, Peter, but it's no excuse for stealing." "I know," he moaned guiltily, before saying he'd better go back to his homework. Just as he was leaving, Jenny said, "Oh, and Peter, aren't you going to say thank you for the school skirt I gave you?" Peter looked down at his skirt and felt himself blush. He looked back at his sister. "Thanks, Jen. You took your time," his mother said as he returned to the kitchen. Peter sat himself down and continued his homework in silence. But one question was on his mind. "Mum, Jenny said I have to wear what she says. Is that true?" "Yes," his mother replied. Peter finished his homework and packed up his books. His mother told him that supper would be ready in 10 minutes and asked him to fetch his sister. He climbed the stairs, knocked on her door and said supper was nearly ready. Jenny opened the door and asked him if he'd finished his homework. "Yes." "Well, I'd better chose you a pretty dress to wear, hadn't I?" She marched into his room and opened his wardrobe, removed a dress and said, "This is a nice one, don't you think?" holding up a plain navy blue frock with fake brass buttons and a white lace pan collar. She dropped it into his hands as she passed, leaving him alone on the landing. "Where's Peter?" her mother asked as Jenny entered alone. "He's getting changed," she said proudly, pulling out a chair and sitting at the table. "Did you notice he'd also shave his legs yesterday?" her mother asked. "Yes," she replied. "And what do you think about that?" her mother asked as she placed the plates on the table. "At least he's doing it properly. There's no point wearing girls' clothes and not shaving his legs," Jenny replied. A few minutes later, Peter appeared wearing the navy blue frock, along with his white knee socks and Mary Jane's. His mother looked him up and down and said, "You should really be wearing tights rather than knee socks with a dress like that." "Oh, sorry. I didn't know," he grumbled. "Never mind," she replied. However, after supper, his mother insisted he put some tights on, and accompanies him to his room to show him which pair. His mother closes the door shut, and asks him to sit at his dressing table. She takes her place on his pink bed and removes the knickers from his babydoll from his laundry bin. "Did you enjoy wearing these last night?" "No," he replies confidently. His shame reaches new depths as she points out the telltale stain on them. "Well, this stain says otherwise," she said, before placing them back in his laundry basket. Peter hung his head in shame. "Sorry," he sulked. "Well, until you can control yourself. You'll be wearing these under your nightclothes." "Oh, please, Mum, not those," he said as she removed a pair of absorbent nighttimers from one of his drawers. Adding insult to injury, she'd bought him the girl's version too. No matter how much he pleaded, she insisted he wore them. "I'll come in and check later. And believe me, if you're not wearing them, you'll be one of the girls at school tomorrow." His mother placed the night-timer's beneath his pillow and assured him she wouldn't mention this to his sister. "We'll see you downstairs when you've put your tights on," were her parting words. Although he knew he looked like a dag, he did feel more dressed with some tights on. In fact, come 8 o'clock when his mother told him it was time to get ready for bed, he knew the daggy look was preferable to the pink princess nightie his sister had chosen. At least it was closer to knee length, so little chance of her noticing the night-timer's he shamefully wore beneath it. He made no qualms being told it was bedtime at a measly 9 p.m., and was glad to finally be hiding beneath his duvet. He hoped to God that he wouldn't have another wet dream, and wondered if his mother would check like she did last night's knickers.